see your faces. I never miss it. And also I am a very local person, so I can come at any time. So that's why I decided to come. Can you get into the So by that time, I will introduce our organization. I represent AK Natural Ingredients, a company working in the area of spices and botanicals. So you have already heard two different very high-tech industry. One is petroleum related products, petrochemical industry, and the other one is the high-tech vaccine delivery area or drug delivery area. So here I am going to present you a very, what you call a down-to-earth topic with the spices, manjalum molagu okke. So that's what I am going to do. But still, there is, some good chemistry you can do there, and which can actually create value addition and help the farmers and help the people. So that is basically the thing. This company and the topic of the presentation, you initially mentioned that it is actually to discuss about the opportunities and challenges of opportunities and challenges. So I thought, it is definitely will be going into that direction, especially which benefit the students. This company, AK Natural Ingredients, started in 1995 as a small extraction unit at Pathanamthitta. So later, last year we celebrated our 25th year. So it is very important for you to see that we survived 25 years in this very globally competitive export market. That itself is a very important for any small company which is starting very locally and to survive over the years in this competing market. So that's the most important thing I would like to say. And secondly, the ownership is with a guy from Pathanamthitta, who is basically from Pathanamthitta and now based at Dubai, called Alex Kochi. And there is also a managing director, I think the Prathapan sir's batchmate, I think Dr. Balu. He has become instrumental for this company to develop for over the 25 years and take up to this level. Regarding this product range, I would say we would like to say that we are a global spice company because we make all kinds of products which we can actually think about from spices. It is going into natural flavors, it is going into natural colors, it is going into natural antioxidants, it is going into the seasonings and nutritional products and pharmaceutical products from spices. So coming to the topic, industrial research, that is food and nutrition. As I mentioned, the most important thing for any company in this area is to survive. And we survived 25 years in the sense we survived with a progressive growth, and that itself with a definite margin or definite profitability. So for that, what basically you need is you should have a customers with you, a set of customers with you. And we were able to keep and maintain these customers, the key customers over these years. And in order to hold these customers very closely with you in any industry where you work or where you are going to be tomorrow, the most important thing is that your company or your firm should be able to provide them the innovative solutions. because they are also actually going, especially this area is a food and nutrition area. Food is a very big thing, and so many food items are coming into the market globally, and it in a large volume, a very huge volume. So in order to stay in that industry, you should be able to provide innovative solutions. You should be trustworthy. The customers should feel to consider you as a partner. If they don't see you as a partner, they will go. And compared to, so all these things are the key important for the survival of any companies. And secondly, regarding the opportunities as well as the challenges, as I mentioned, since it is a big area, since it is a huge and volume production area, the opportunities are immense. Lot of opportunities and challenges also. Every day you will see challenges. In the morning when you open, so since we are in the export market, our customers are based mainly in Europe, US and Canada and all the those kind of countries. So every day in the morning you will see some positive news. Okay, you will be happy, or a negative news. But after 1 hour you will see that something negative is coming. They will say that, oh, okay, see the competition is coming, a new ingredient has come, and it is providing us as a better opportunity at low cost and better market, better points. So what we should do? Can you provide something competent enough to this particular thing, or can you give us an answer within a week? Otherwise, sorry to say that this particular new thing which is coming into the market is giving us some opportunity. So we will be, most likely we are interested to shift. So we get messages like this. So this is a very important point. So you have to be cost effective, you have to be quality, and you have to be innovative. So these are the 3 pillars to survive in the market. That's the most important thing, and it is a challenging area for sure. Now, the sustainable competitive advantage through innovation. This is what the most of the companies are looking for. I have written, in today's cutthroat global markets, sustainable competitive advantages are required for any company to survive. Without one or more sustainable competitive advantages, company may not be able to recover the real value of investment. So sustainable competitive advantages are required, and it has to come through innovation. It may not be the product innovation in whatever we do in finance, foreign exchange management, or in HR management. Whatever the way you do it in an innovative manner which give you some advantage as an organization. This is a basic principle of an organization, of a company to survive. And when you say what is a sustainable competitive advantage? It is an asset, attribute, or abilities that are difficult to duplicate or provide a long-term superior position over competition and can be considered as a sustainable. So when you have when you have, this is actually a circle. You put money into the research, and you do the research, and you make some innovation, and it gives you the money. And whatever money you get, you take a profit, and then again you put a major share into the R&D. So this cycle of investing into the R&D and creating some innovative products and innovations and coming back into the thing, this cycle has to continue every time in the generations and generations, as the perspectives of the global perspective changes. You also wanted to continuously evolve to produce good products and good things which the people can actually accept. So this is a continuous process. What do companies basically think about innovation? The simple thing, when you do innovation, you have to innovate products, or you have to innovate technologies which you can take, or which you can provide a position in the global against the global competition. Okay, innovation based profit growth and tops the corporate agenda. Always innovation based, what you call the profit is their most important thing. Innovation excellence in to increase the EBITDA. That is also all the companies are looking at. And a well-balanced, innovative approach is the key to success. But having said that, a very important thing, a very important point to remind is that competitive innovations may not always lead to competitive advantages. For an organization, even though you have a what you call a competition, a competitive product, it may not give you a competitive advantage. For that, what you should do in the marketplace in order to get a competitive advantages, your innovation should couple properly with the marketing strategy. So the marketing has to go in a side by side with whatever you innovate in order to make a kind of recognition or profitability or survival in the global marketplace. So that is a very important thing. So these are all the some basic principles. And for every company which follow this pattern, always think to go from a good to great journey. It's very important for any company. So when you started initially, there will be a built up time, there will be a stabilization period, and after that it should actually really go to a progressive growth, a kind of escape velocity. So that is the initial time, and then it's good. So in order to for anything to survive like that and then to increase, what it makes there is, for this elevation, for this rise, there are certain area. What makes this different? What makes you to go like this? We say, or generally people say that you need blue ocean products. Blue ocean products means blue ocean and red ocean products are there. And in the blue ocean products are the products which distinguishes you in the overcrowded marketplaces and giving you a kind of uniqueness and marketability to stay ahead. Then only you can survive. So that is the most important thing for any growing industry. Okay. Usually the good to great principles, the good to great journey of any organization. Any organization comes with a different principle. So there are basically 5 basic pillars. A disciplined people. Your people in your organization should be very disciplined. And you should have a disciplined thought. You should have a disciplined action. You should have a building greatness to the last. Whatever greatness you do, that should survive, that should continue. And finally, the competitive advantage. These five things, if you can survive, your organization can survive and it can grow. It can really improve day by day, and it can go to a progressive growth, and definitely you will be neither. But achieving these kind of things is not a very simple task. So it has to be, in order to maintain this, you have to cultivate a kind of culture in the organization which takes you over the years and the generations to generations. Strategic advantages are there for products. Of course, the products which are having the ability to stay ahead, a market leader or a game changer product if you have, then you will have the price powering, you will have the differentiation of the products, cost effectiveness, and all these things. All these things are very important. So as an R&D guys, what they do, they have to think in this way. They have to come up with the innovative technologies and innovative things for any company, whether it is a spice company, whether it is a IT company, or even Apple, or whatever, the IT company or delivery technology company. You have to be, these are the basic principle, because the competition is there everywhere. There is no field where there is no competition. Okay. So of course, in order to understand this, there are some swift analysis possibilities are there. This can be done in R&D, which people are continuously doing and improving day by day their activities. I'm not, these are just the introduction. This is what basically I wanted to tell you. Whatever I told you, this is the general thing, the opportunities as well as challenges about an organization. If you wanted to be an entrepreneurship, tomorrow, what you do, all these things, it's a little dry area, as far as a chemist student is concerned. But I just wanted to say that in an industry perspective, how industry is looking at the things for a survival and growth, and what are the basic principles where a good organization is built upon, or which they actually move forward. Just to give an idea only, I mentioned these slides. Now I will show you some slides which what we do in this area, and what are our competitive advantages, and how do we make it, and what kind of research we do. And this is again to give you an understanding of what you can do in this, so in this small, what I call a very simple spices, and how the value addition comes, and how it helps the millions of farmers as well as the people around the world. Okay, so as a company, our R&D in the natural product research area, we have a different area. We do in flavors and oils. That is the very basic thing which we do. We make seasonings, we make natural antioxidant, natural colors, then proteins, encapsulated powders, in the form of encapsulation, then different kinds of flavors, micronutrients. So all these things actually comes under our R&D purview, which are all going into food and nutrition, and also to some extent in pharma industry. Okay. Then when in the food and nutrition, the most important thing you have to think is that you can apply any chemistry, you can apply nanotechnology, and people are applying nanotechnology to nanotechnology apply. So people are applying all these technologies, but the important thing is that you remind they are going into the food, so there should be a balance between the taste. If though the people are saying that we need a good health and good conditions and everything, but if there is a taste problem in your product, nobody is going to buy. Nobody is going to sacrifice the taste for health. That is a world truth. Only a very few people. So whatever you make healthy, it should actually come along with a good taste also. That's the most important challenge for any food or ingredient manufacturer. Then we have a product from rosemary, which we have made like that. It's a rosemary extract. Rosemary is a plant which contains a high levels of carnosic acid, carnosol, etc. Some kind of molecules. These molecules are good preservatives. So we make water soluble, oil soluble, as well as nano suspensions of these molecules isolated from natural rosemary in a way that it is suitable for adding into meat, suitable for adding into any lipid medium, any lipid containing process, so that it can replace the synthetic antioxidants which are mainly derived from petroleum chemicals. So these synthetic antioxidants are shown to be carcinogenic, so they can be removed. So this, earlier this study was not real. Now it has come in such a way that this natural antioxidant formulation has become in such a way that it can make equivalent effect or even better effect than the synthetic molecules like BHA, BHT, etc. So this is what one area which is giving income to us. Another area is natural colors. These are all the different products, food products which we made. It's not only this one, you can make anything. These are all made from turmeric, curcumin. The turmeric contains an yellow pigment called curcumin. It's a very crystalline molecule. It is water insoluble molecule, which can be made into a nano suspensions or nanoforms, which are soluble and miscible with oil and water, so that they can be used and their stability increases, and it can actually be used as a natural color in various solutions. It's not only from turmeric. There is a orange red color can be isolated from paprika, that is the chili. From the chili pods it can be isolated, and then they are this molecule is basically curcumin is a polyphenol, but the chili color is a carotenoid. So all these molecules are just formulating like that to give various color shades. Not only this, almost all the colors people are today now making from natural food components. And animal nutrition is an area where this is our publication. So we also do some research to make this area. The most promising area again today it is coming on, it's nutraceuticals. I think you people have heard of nutraceuticals. Nutraceuticals are nothing but the plant extracts or phytonutrient molecules which are having the effect in human health, either to prevent or to delay the onset of disease conditions, or to maintain a healthy what you call body state, so, or healthy metabolism, I would say. So for that kind of molecules have been shown to be very effective, and nutraceuticals are booming in this area. Now you can see that in US by 2025, it is estimated that just the herbal extracts market is going to be more than 16 billion US dollars just in US. So you can see the size growth. This particular area is growing with an average compounded average growth rate of around 10% annually. So it's a very promising area. And most of this market share is with China now, and India, because of its biodiversity, has got a very potential to tap these big market potential as well as the growth. And even you can see that the Nestle chairman, Peter Bradbeck, he mentioned that the nutraceuticals, that is the food derived ingredients that are going to be processed and packed like a medicine, is going to be the future, the food for medicine. So they, all the big companies, all the big organizations, they are looking at this functional food as medicines for tomorrow. Okay. And of course, there are key drivers. Even in India, we will see that there are different reasons. And coming to this, you people, especially for students. So, what are the primary components for this area? Say vitamins, minerals, protein, probiotics, and botanicals. These are the various input materials for this nutraceutical market. And they use all kinds of chemistry, biochemistry, microbiology, pharmacology, nanotechnology, polymer science, drug delivery, clinical science, spectroscopy, mass spectroscopy. All this area is applying into this area of nutraceuticals and natural medicines to generate the products. And the spices is our area. Spices you can, and we actually value added into it with the spices. And of course you can see, I will just show you an example. This is turmeric, and turmeric has got a big problem of poor bioavailability. It will not absorb into the body. So just like, you mentioned, there are different kinds of delivery technologies. We have seen the delivery technology of vaccines. Now, for food, it has to be a green approach. It has to be a very clean and natural approach to deliver these molecules, like a curcumin, which is of high hydrophobic and crystalline molecule. How do you deliver into the body? In a very small capsules or tablet or even drops, which can absorb into the body. So this is actually a major area. We actually published our first paper, and when I published this paper in 2012, this was actually a very first thing in the industry, where this was a completely natural delivery using a dietary fiber called galactomannan, isolated from fenugreek, uluva. That is actually a galactomannan fiber, and we isolated that fiber, galactomannan polymers, and used it as a base for the delivery, nano delivery of curcumin. So it was a completely water-based, 100% natural process, which gave us a competitive advantage in the marketplace because it was unique. Okay, and then we actually studied a lot of studies on its properties. You can see that improved blood-brain barrier permeability and tissue distribution of the curcumin following the oral administration of this formulation. And we actually looked into we actually partnered with the University of Kentucky and Ball State University, USA. They studied the arterial stiffness, the cardiac health potential of this curcumin, and they say that it can actually reduce the arterial stiffness, which becomes very brittle and finally leads to the heart attack and things like that. Now, recently there was another study which is looking at the brain. So this curcumin is going into the brain tissue in humans, so it can actually affect the brain waves, and it can actually in a positive modulation of the brain waves are happening. And
how many slides are there?
It just to complete it, sir, 5 minutes. So this is the another one. So we have a product now called Curcufen, which is actually, with these studies, these kinds of studies, we got a market advantage, a competitive advantage, and we are selling good. and this can also be used in food. And so we would say that these green approaches have got a very good important in the phytonutrient delivery. And this is our one of the product which got award. And of course, this is another second paper published last month. And this is the Boswellia and curcumin is delivering. So just to show that, you know, this is capsaicin delivery, and it is now, so these kinds of research, these kinds of volume of research from chili without having, you know, pungency, you can consume it. You can also, we are moving into peptide based delivery systems. This is the first, you know, we use a collagen food grade proteins, hydrolyzed protein hydrolyzed peptides as a delivery peptides for the thing. And the only thing I am just completing, as a scientist, as a chemist, you know a lot of theories, okay? But, and you have, your company also have got a marketing guy, also have got a consumer. You have to always look into the consumer and marketing guy, and they are making some products and running behind the consumer. If the customer runs away, then there is no point. There is no point in, even if you have a nature publication in companies, nobody will consider you. So you need, you know, your consumers and customers have to be with you happily all the time. So this is what we need. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Krishnakumar, for sharing your experience with Akay Laboratories. We are running short of time. I request the delegates to interact with Krishnakumar. We will pass on to the next speaker. The next speaker is Dr. Priya Rao. She is Managing Director, Pelican Thermogenics Private Limited, Kerala. She has her MSc from Madurai Kamaraj University, PhD from Gandhigram Rural Institute. She has many publications to her credit, many patents to her credit, very big biodata. I request Priya Rao to present her paper. Thank you.
Very good morning to you all. Thanks. It's a great, big honor to be a part of the MATCON 2021 program here. I thank the organizers of the Department of Chemistry for giving me this opportunity to share not too technical, not too academic, but a small blend, very, very few slides I have for presenting. And I think that it might be a little useful for you all here. Thank you very much for this opportunity once again. Can I share my screen now, please?
Yes, madam, please. You can share this.
Yeah, so is this clear now?
It is clear, you can continue, no problem.
Yeah, so here I think all of you are have already heard to listen to a number of industrial speakers and must have now have some idea about what industry actually expects from students like you, from researchers like you. So I am actually Dr. Priya Rao here, and I'm Managing Director of Pelican Thermogenics Private Limited, a startup company now based out of Cherthala in Kerala. Earlier was a director of Pelican Biotech and Chemical Labs Private Limited, where we were working on different modules, mostly catering to environment, biotechnology, and agri-biotechnology. Let me just very quickly take you through our area of expertise. So we have here expertise in biopolymers, in the manufacturing of molecules like chitin and chitosan, which have very varied applications